Hello everyone, welcome again to MindMatrix, and today we have with us Soumajit Roy, who has secured two All India ranks. He is All India rank 100 in GATE DA paper and All India rank 260 in GATE CS paper. And I am Tathagato. Today we are going to see about what was journey was like and how did he prepare for two of papers together. He is also a great coder, so we'll see everything about him. But just before that, Soumajit, please introduce yourself.
First of all, very thank you for inviting me to this interview. I'm really glad that I can speak about myself and my journey on GATE in this interview, and hope this makes the next generation to be very interested in the GATE exam the next year, so they can perform well from my past experience that I can share with them.
Definitely, definitely. You will be an inspiration to the upcoming aspirants. Mostly because in some points, actually, you are an inspiration to me. Back in my time, I didn't, prepare for two such gate papers are after all different. So I didn't prepare for two of them, and I never could have achieved such great ranks in simultaneously in both papers. So you are kind of inspiration to me, and I'm sure will be to the upcoming generations also. Also, we know that you are very good in coding. Also, we'll talk about that. But just before that, uh, please tell me like what was your mostly gate motivation? What was that like? Why did you start preparing for gate?
Yeah. So the actually motivation begins during the end of class 12th when we
Okay.
all give the JEs. So
Mm-hmm.
we all target for the IITs, but
Mm-hmm.
somehow our luck doesn't support well. Even we prepare also very well, but our luck somehow it doesn't support. So
Yeah.
we end up getting into a tier 3 college. So
Mm-hmm.
from that day only there is a small discomfort in our heart that okay in our life we could not achieve an IIT and tag. So that was there in my heart also. So that would be there in everybody's heart. So after that, I tried of thinking ways of getting better placements from tier 3 because at that time we knew that IT sector was quite in boom. Even in tier 3 colleges, students are getting placements like 50 LP or even 1
Mm-hmm.
crore plus placements were also there at
Yeah.
that time. So I was slightly motivated that even if I landed in tier 3 college, I can grab a decent placement from there also. So
Mm-hmm.
that was my motivation. So slowly I started preparing my coding. So the main inspiration for my coding was Shivam Gupta was there. So he is actually a elder brother of my classmate. So he was already hired in Google. So he was from also from a tier 3 college. So
Mm-hmm.
as he has a great skill, he could land up a job in Google. So that he was my inspiration for coding. So, but at the end of my second year, we all know that due to AI, great recession was there in the software industry. So generally, the path of my placement got a little bit hampered, and I made up my mind that there is only one way to get a better placement. That is, I have to join one of the IITs. So from there, during my third year, I started preparing for my GATE, and
Mm-hmm.
after that, result is here.
Wow, that was actually motivating. So, just a great question. I have been thinking for quite some time. Like, how did you manage two papers? Like, we know that some people say Gate CS and Gate DA kind of has similar kind of subjects, but that's not the true story because those subjects also differ in a lot aspects. So, how did you manage these two different papers?
Yeah. So in the context of managing, actually, I didn't manage these two papers. Actually, I have
Hmm.
studied GATE CS very thoroughly beforehand. Before the
Okay.
announcement of the
Hmm.
GATE DA only, my syllabus was completed for the GATE CS paper.
Wow. Hmm.
So that didn't hampered me a lot when GATE
Hmm.
DA announcement came. So all my subjects were done.
Hmm.
And I made up a mind that yeah, everything is ready and I can take a leap into a GATE DA paper also because ML and DA are my favorite. So they
Okay.
were my passion actually.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why I got interested in DA paper also. So after getting into DA, as you have told that obviously many of the people think that CS and DA are same, but actually it is
Hmm.
not. It is
No,
quite different.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, the probability in DA is quite huge with respect to the CS, and as well as
Hmm.
the ML syllabus was not at all
Yeah.
short. It was quite
Hmm.
lengthy one also. It
Yeah.
included even deep learning, basic deep learning concepts
Hmm.
also,
Hmm.
and even AI, new AI algorithms were there.
Hmm.
Even we have to learn a new language, that was Python. Although I have learned Python in first year only due to my coding experiences. So
Hmm.
I have learned Python, but that was not a problem. But yeah, obviously data structure like tree data structure we generally do not use in day-to-day life in Python. So that
Yeah.
was a new to me. So obviously some
Hmm.
new concepts were also there. Not only some, it was a huge new concepts. Many new concepts were there to me. So it was a total 13 subjects in GATE CS plus 7 other subjects in GATE DS. So 20 subjects I have to keep in mind simultaneously. So obviously it was a tedious job to do,
Definitely.
but
Yeah.
somehow due to my passion in ML and AI, I tried to manage both of these subjects simultaneously. And obviously the completion of syllabus until October really helped me to manage both of these.
So you're telling that passion is the key. So you have to have the passion for all these subjects too. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Then the next question I think we have about when did you start your preparation? So how long did it take for you to cover the two subjects and uh, move?
So I actually started my preparation, I say at the end of third year. Means
Okay.
just 1 year I have taken for the preparation. So I wouldn't tell that exactly 1 year. Before the end of third year, also mid third year, I have done a
Hmm.
little bit of study in each of those
Okay.
subjects. It's
Yeah.
not a thorough one
Actually, yeah,
dedicated for
most of the subjects are somehow covered in our BTech syllabus also. So we have some kind of understanding. Yeah. Hmm.
So I
Carry
have
on. Hmm.
just did a thorough study on those
Hmm.
subjects, but
Hmm.
actually my preparation begins at the end of third year. That means at the starting of fourth year. So
I
from
see.
that day my preparation begins, and I have given consistent time to my preparation. That was the main advantage to me. I have given at least I can say 6 hours per day for GATE CS. So for GATE CS, starting of the fourth year, 6 hours
Hmm.
per day. So I have made up my mind that I would complete one subject in each of 2 weeks. So
Oh.
obviously a future plan is necessary
Hmm.
for to complete one successful goal. So
So
my
14
plan
days
was
for
that
each
I
subject.
yeah. So I have to complete each subject by 14 days, except
Hmm.
few like COA, which is a vast
Yeah.
subjects.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would take
Hmm.
nearly 1 month to complete.
Hmm. Hmm.
So few subjects, I have set deadlines for each and every subject, and average
Hmm.
deadline I could say that it was a 14 days, 2 weeks.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So I was already strong in data structure and algorithms. So
Hmm.
already I have done coding in the past 3 years.
Hmm.
So already
Hmm.
my two subjects were already sorted.
Hmm.
So I have was left with almost 11 subjects. Out of the 11 subjects, aptitude and English we can count off for the last minute revision. And last we have somewhere around 8 subjects, 8 core subjects to deal with in GATE
Okay.
CS paper.
Hmm.
Now that 8 subjects, I have set deadline for COA as 1 month, and
Okay.
computer networks as 3 weeks,
Hmm.
and DBMS as 3 weeks. So these are the three subjects
Okay.
that took me longer than two
Longer
weeks
time.
to
Hmm.
complete.
Hmm.
Yeah. Otherwise, even there are subjects that took less than 2 weeks also, like TOC and compiler design. These two
Hmm.
subjects were finished within 1 week only.
Okay. Hmm.
So that was my preparation strategy. So I have set quite challenging deadlines for each of these subjects, and I tried to complete it because I knew that previously from my JEE experience that test is the key to success.
Definitely. Hmm.
Mock tests are the key to success. So I
Yeah.
made up my mind that after October I will give random mock test. So that was my deadline, that up till
No.
October I need to complete the whole syllabus, no matter
Hmm.
how. No matter how many hours a day, there was not fixed hours. Somewhere some day it can be 4, some day it can be even 14.
Yeah.
So I had to complete my subjects within October. So that was my deadline, and that was the preparation strategy for GATE CS. Now
Hmm.
coming to GATE DA. Now at the time of October only, September or October, I guess that ISC announced that GATE DA paper will also be
Hmm.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, that created so much commotion in the social media and
Yeah.
all that. But we should give either CS or DA or both. So
Hmm.
that was a very confusing thing to me also, like all
Hmm.
others.
Hmm.
So at the back of my mind, I had a fear that if GATE DA paper is launched, somehow IITs and ISC can decide that they will not take CSE AIML with CS GATE paper. They can divert those two
There was a
subjects to
chance, sure.
GATE DA paper.
Mm.
So there was a chance. And as I have already told that ML and AI were my passion subjects.
No.
So they are my dream subjects, you can tell. So I was not letting them go off my hand. So
Mm-hmm.
I started preparing for the DA from October. So
Mm.
from October, I started preparing for DA. The first subject to complete was probability statistics,
Yeah.
and it took an unexpected lengthy time, that is almost 2.5 months to cover the whole probability and
From October.
statistics part. Yeah,
So that was a risky time, I think. So 2.5 months from
yeah,
October is a very risky thing.
yeah. So the syllabus was that much huge
Mm.
in probability because we have to learn means as per the syllabus we have to learn at least 13 to 14 probability distributions were there
Mm.
as per the syllabus. So to
So
cover that
when did you cover
from
ML, AI, and the other subjects?
yeah, so 2.5 months if I give, then October, November and December, and we have a few days of January also.
In probability.
Yeah, sorry, few days of October and whole November and a few days of December. Sorry, a few
Okay.
days of December.
Yeah.
So after few days of December, I have completed the probability part. Then after that, I directly jumped on to the ML part.
Mm.
The ML part took me like 2.5 weeks to
Mm.
complete ML part.
Mm.
So yeah, during that time of the period, I want to tell everyone that I was studying almost 14 to 14.5 hours a day. That's why it was so quick to complete that much syllabus
Yeah.
in so less time.
That was like
So
very hectic, I'm sure, but finally it paid the worth.
yeah, yeah. So ML took me like 2.5 week. Then
Mm.
after that, AI was there. So
Mm.
AI took me like 1 week and something. And after
Mm.
that, DBMS, yeah, DBMS, I can say that DBMS has a quite similar kind of thing with the CS. Only the
Mm.
extra part were data warehouse. And
Yes.
frankly
Mm.
speaking, I
Mm.
skipped that part. So I skipped
Okay.
the whole
Mm.
data warehouse part
Mm.
because it was time for me to look after the CS mock tests also because
Yeah.
time was running
Mm-hmm.
out. February was close and December was about to end.
Yeah.
So at the end of December, I have completed probability and statistics, ML, and AI. So at the end of December, I have completed these
Mm.
three subjects in DA paper,
Mm.
and the left out were linear algebra, calculus, and we have the data warehouse part.
I see.
So these were
So,
remaining. So these three subjects, I opted out the data warehouse part. I didn't prepare
mhm.
for that, and I prepared in January the two rest, the linear algebra and calculus. Obviously, it has some similar sort of things with CS, so only a bit extra I have to do. So that was
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
for me to handle. By January 10, January
Mm.
10 was my first mock test.
Okay.
So January 10 was my first mock test, and I planned the mock test like uh, two in a day, one
Mm.
for CS and one for
Mm.
DA. And obviously,
Wow.
only giving mock test also doesn't help. We
The
have to do
analysis
the
is very
analysis.
important. Yes.
Yeah, analysis is very, very important. So at that time also, it was continuing 14 to 15 hours a day because otherwise not possible
Mm-hmm.
because 3 hours CS, 3 hours DA, 6 hours, and obviously 3 hours paper need a 3 hours, at least 3 hours analysis.
Yes.
Otherwise, we can't do it.
Absolutely. Yes. I keep telling
At
that
least
throughout all. Oh yeah, everywhere I keep telling that if you appear for a 3 hour test, there has to be a 3 hour analysis for that. So that is
yeah.
the right path to follow. So you're telling me
So
that yeah, that the test series are very important. Definitely, I agree with you. So you can also tell the upcoming aspirants what all test series you have opted for CS and DA.
yeah, so basically, MindMatrix test series was part of my preparation, and it also greatly helped. And also, apart from MindMatrix, I have purchased test series from MadeEasy.
Mm.
For CS, I am telling for
Mm.
MadeEasy and Gate Overflow for CS. And
mm,
for D, I have told MindMatrix as well as the Physics Wala, the Gate
mm,
Wala course,
mm,
and my Made Easy DA
mm.
mock test.
Okay.
So Made Easy, Physics Wala, and MindMatrix for DA, and for CS Made Easy and Gate Overflow.
So you telling me that definitely those test series helped you a lot in preparation journey, because solving questions are the most crucial part in preparing for a competitive exam, definitely that. And one more question that most of the junior aspirants always tremble upon, they come across this issue with like everywhere, that in their college people are like doing internships, doing some projects, focusing on coding, they're upskilling themselves every day, posting on LinkedIn. So gate aspirants usually, get very demotivated by that these people are doing this things. And I'm like, when you are preparing for gate, the outcome doesn't show always at the end of the day. The outcome will be after 1 or 2 years, but not right now. So sometimes they get demotivated by that. So how did you manage that? So first of all, you can tell me about like how good are you in coding? So how much did you practice in coding in that time while preparing for gate in your BTech?
So actually, my coding journey began right after the day the JEE results came out. So I was made known that no good IITs or NITs was possible for me in the CS
Mhm.
branch. So only option was there in WebG, I guess. I got Jadavpur Engineer Civil branch. So
Okay.
Jadavpur University Civil branch.
Mhm.
So that I got. So that was quite heartbreaking for me because I was quite passionate
Mm.
for CS branch.
Yeah.
So I opted for Government College of Engineering and Textile Technology, Shirampur. So that was close to my
just
home and
telling
it
the
was a
audience
government.
that just telling the audience that that happens to be my BTech college also. So Soumajit is actually my junior from my BTech college. That is how we are connected. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I got admission to that college because it was near to my home and it was a government engineering college. So fees was
Mhm.
quite also quite less and I got my CS branch also.
Mm.
So after entering the college, actually
And I
before
know that
entering the college,
in that college actually we get a lot of time to do like learn other things, and whatever that is, prepare for gate or whatever you want to do, you will have your own time and scope to do that. That is one big advantage, I think. So that is one of the reason that GCTTS produces top gate rankers every year literally. So starting from our year and even before that, and now they're the rankers. So every year they produce gate uh, rankers.
yeah, actually there is no limitation for the attendances also, and also the coursework is not very hectic also.
Mhm.
So I got admission into that. So before means after the results are out for the WebG and JE mains, so
Mm.
I started my coding journey because I knew that there is only one option to get a good placements after seeing many YouTube videos and all.
Mm.
So I started my coding then only. So I started off with C++ as my primary language. So I was getting into YouTube tutorials about all the data structures, learning vectors, arrays, as well as graphs, trees, tries. So everything I learned. So that was a journey of around 1 year for learning the entire data structure and all to in depth.
So did you continue this coding throughout along with your gate journey also?
No, actually, I stopped my coding at the start of my gate preparation. That is at the end
Mm.
of the third year and the starting of the fourth year because
Mm.
GATE CS has 13 subjects, as we all know.
Mm.
So I had already previously said that I had set a deadline of October, that is 6 months approximate. So covering 13 subjects in 6 months is itself a very challenging task, we all know.
Definitely. Mm.
So there was actually barely any time left for me to do coding and
Mm.
give my time to it.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
So
So I
basically, you
completed,
stopped coding during that preparation journey.
yeah, because
Okay.
there
So
was
is that
barely any time left for me.
yeah? So is that a message to the juniors that if you want to achieve something this big in terms of ranking or something, you have to sacrifice other things, some things like you
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah, yeah. It was a big sacrifice from me because I really love coding. Means it was just my heart actually coding. So I means it is not like that I am compelling to do code. Means I am not that type of person that yeah, I have to get a placement, so I do coding. So
You
that is
love
not the kind of
for
person I
it's
am.
like your innate passion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
It is like a hobby. you can say that. Yeah, coding is like my hobby, you can say. So I really love coding. So I love to solve problems actually, not only coding.
mm,
So I love to solve problems. So that was a huge sacrifice I have to make to achieve the gate ranks.
mm.
But yeah, it is somewhat worth it.
Thank you. It was really good explanation, and I think the juniors will be very helpful from that aspect. That that was one of the crucial questions that usually a lot of aspirants think about: how to manage a lot of the, like, they have everything, a lot of things in their plate when they were studying computer science. There are projects you can do. There are different other skills that you can learn. Yeah. So new DA paper has been introduced. So you must learn how to manage two papers simultaneously and secure top ranks. So yeah, any final tips for the aspirants? Anything regarding strategies, or how to manage things, or test series, or institutes, or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, so my final message will be for any competitive program, there are actually three pillars. One hard work, one is smart work, another one is luck. So all the competitive exams stand on these three pillars. So GATE also is one of them. So here all the percentages of hard work, smart work, and luck are equally distributed. So even if we miss any one of these pillars, our exam will not be successful. So that is my final message. And also, MindMatrix has launched new courses, out of which the operating system course is absolutely free for you. So you can definitely watch. It can be one of the best courses available in the internet for free. So that's all from me.
Well, it was actually great talking to you, Somajit, and thanks a lot for this session, for joining us, for talking about your journey and everything that we discussed. I'm sure we'll be discussing some more things later on in future. But that's all for
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I hope our audience has also learned something or was motivated by your journey. So thanks a lot.